Hi Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, or Venus. This is Dane, and I am going to be doing your May 16th to the 31st, 2021 video for you. Now I ask if this reading resonates with you, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and also to subscribe to my channel. And if you would like to be notified whenever I upload new videos, and I upload all the time, just hit the bell notification button. And if you want to help out this channel, just make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. If you're interested in any of the cards that I'm using, they will be listed and linked in the description box below. Now before we begin this reading, let us clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds. Letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as we enter into this safe and loving space. Let's let the bowl sing as we see what the tarot has to say. Scorpio, May 16th to the 31st, 2021, Scorpio. May 16th to the 31st, 2021, Scorpio. May 16th to the 31st, 2021, Scorpio. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading. And show me clearly, angels. And spirit guides, angels. Ooh. And spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels. And spirit guides, angels. Fantastic. Now think of this as a tree. This is the trunk, the root with the roots, and these are the branches. Okay. So the left-hand side is the inner self. The middle is the heart, the emotional self. The right-hand side, the public arena, the public self. We have the 6 of Cups and the 7 of Swords. Interesting. Inner self. The Lovers and the Queen of Wands. Lovers represents Gemini energy. Time frame May 21st to June 20th. The Queen of Wands is fire sign energy. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. We have the High Priestess and we have the Knight of Cups. So we're represented by the Cups in the Minor Arcana, Scorpio, and we're represented by the Death card in the Major Arcana. So here we have the veil being lifted from our eyes as we are the defenders of what we love, of what we want, of who we are. So really in the public arena, we're fighters. We're fighters and we're warriors. At our root of ourselves, we have the Hermit and we have the 3 of Cups. So the Hermit is also Virgo energy, August 23rd to September 22nd. And the 3 of Cups is this sense of being able to know who really celebrates us and to know who doesn't. But also with the 3 of Cups, for me, it is the people who were supposed to celebrate us, who were supposed to raise their cups and say, I'm here with you, I have your back. But they just can't. They just can't. They can't have that follow through. And this could be a parent, this could be a partner, this could be a sibling, a best friend. They just couldn't. And there's a betrayal there. There's a hurt there that it doesn't go away. And it colors everything. It tinges the world with pain where there shouldn't be. So here, and not that there shouldn't be, because everything, I do believe that everything happens for a reason, even if we'll never fully understand it. But there is this sense here of like, they should have been able to be more. They should have been able to fulfill the role, but they weren't. And that's really on them. It's not on us. So let's look at our chakra energy for this time. Scorpio, May 16th to the 31st, 2021, Scorpio, Scorpio. May 16th to the 31st, 2021, Scorpio, Scorpio. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. These two. So we have inner strength, which is the solar plexus chakra, and we have psychic development, which is the third eye chakra. For us being the warrior in the public arena, our psychic development, which is already very strong for simply being a Scorpio. Scorpios have fantastic intuition. They have this way of walking between the veil of the world and what the world is. So there's an intensity to a Scorpio that other signs don't have, and people don't always understand, and usually they get it wrong. They get wrong the secretness of a Scorpio. It's like, we see more than you see. So why would we share that with you? Because you're just going to get confused. So with the psychic development, there's an intensity here during this time, and especially in the public arena. We see liars for the fact that they are liars. We see people who try their best as people who try their best. This is going to be a time where people are called out a lot. And it doesn't mean that we have to call them out. It means that we are feeling them called out. We are feeling this energy around us saying yes and then no. Move forward this way, don't move forward that way. It's a psychic development. It's the third eye guiding us. It's this heightened intuition that we are already naturally connected to, coming forward even more. And it brings us to inner strength. The inner strength here with the solar plexus is this coming out of our shell, being taken from what is frozen and being thought out, being energized, being emboldened. There's a part of us that has been in stasis for just too long. And now we're going to see ourselves breaking out of the mold, breaking out of our shell, and really moving forward towards something greater than what we expected. And also something that we felt we were made for, but never really could quite get there. And it's very interesting with the inner self, because there's a lot of doubt, and there's a lot of sense of secrecy and anger and manipulation that is going to try and pull us back. And this is going to be a time where we have to say, no, you can't do that to me. Well, not that you can't do that to me. It's like, I won't go down that path. It's, I'm being a victor instead of a victim. And I am moving forward in triumph instead of in degradation. And so there's this power to us during this time, Scorpio, that is even going to surprise us. So let's see. The energy that Scorpio needs to be mindful of. May 16th to the 31st, 2021, Scorpio. What is the energy that Scorpio needs to be mindful of? May 16th to the 31st, 2021, Scorpio. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Chariot energy. Now this is Cancer energy. Time frame is June 21st to July 22nd. But this is somebody who runs amok. This is somebody whose subconscious self and whose inner self aren't aligned, who moves forward in force and in power, but doesn't want to listen and doesn't want to grow. And it's going to be a water sign energy, right? The energy that they have around them. So we're going to be very drawn to it. But it's going to be not the learner, not the discoverer. It's going to be the enforcer. And that's just an energy that we're not comfortable with. So at our root here, we have the Hermit and we have the Three of Cups. The Hermit is turning away from people. This is going to be a time where we don't want the celebrations. We don't want the intertwining with everyone and everything. We need to be separate. We need to look at our goals and our desires and our hopes and our dreams and our wishes and see the value of it, see the value of ourselves, see the value of where we want to be. The Three of Cups, as we turn inward, we're also looking at the people who let us down. The people who were disappointing, who were disappointed in us. No matter how hard we tried, no matter how much we did, it was never going to be good enough. It was never going to be enough. And so the Three of Cups is this hurt and this pain that we carry around. And a lot of it stems from our childhood, as a lot of scars do. So when it stems from our childhood, and when things stem from our childhood, we have coping mechanisms that we developed before we knew they were coping mechanisms. So we're going to have things that we do to comfort ourselves, to empower ourselves, to embolden ourselves, to say, I don't care, I'm still going to. But this is a time where we have to step back. And instead of coming from a place of being reactionary, it's coming from a place of the healer. And that's also part of the Hermit. The Hermit was the healer. If you, for some reason, I always like Georgian hermits. They were just, it's such an interesting time period. And it was the musicians who would live as hermits. There was a class of people who would live as hermits on very wealthy people's property, because the wealthy people thought that if they hired somebody to live on their land and to live outside, like in this man-made cave, that all the sins from the family would be taken away, because you had somebody for the family suffering for everybody. So they could totally overindulge and yet then be redeemed, right? And the hermit is that quality of redemption, is that quality of healing the hurts and the pains by solitude, by an abstinence of things, and a really looking at what the heart desires and what the heart needs. And that's going to be what we're doing during this time. And the Georgian concept of, everybody's in the big manor house having this huge party and overindulging, and then you have the person who's suffering for their art, right? Who's suffering to be able to feed themselves. That is a tale as old as time. And so here we're turning in on the light of ourselves, turning in on the suffering of ourselves, of the injustice of things, yes, but also of the wisdom that we have learned, because we have had to walk those roads, because it didn't come easy, because the people that were supposed to have our back and be our safety net, they weren't. And you know what? We're stronger because of it, and they're less because we're not in their lives. And then it moves us to our inner child self, to the Six of Pentacles, not the Six of Pentacles, the Six of Cups, and the Seven of Swords. The Six of Cups is that hurt and that pain and disappointment from childhood, is the I'm not good enough. I'll never measure up. I'll never get there. But it's also the really good moments. It's when people came together. It's that memory of just laughter and joy and carefree and the sun beating down and the world being something to explore. And so often we take the negative, because the negative, just in the human mind in general, is so much more powerful. We remember the negative because it kept us alive. You didn't want to eat the berries that poisoned the person that died painfully. You didn't want to camp in the campsite that, flooded at night. They were just things that you didn't want to do. So with the Six of Cups, what we're going to see is that, yes, it's important to remember, but it's not always necessary to have those memories be at the very forefront of our mind, and to have the hurts and the pains and the disappointments and the scars of the past still be defining us. And so we're taking what we need and we're moving forward. Are we looking back? Yeah, of course we are. Of course we are. What did we leave that we might need? What are we going to be missing out on? No, it's like, I'm leaving. And people will say, okay, you're being sneaky, Scorpio. It's like, okay, fine. I'm being sneaky. I'm not sharing every single thing that I'm doing with you. That's fine. I don't need to. I need to move forward with what's right for me. In our inner selves, we're also going to say to ourselves, you don't tell me everything. You're not an open book. And even if you are, you're totally editing the book that I'm seeing. So I get to do me, and you get to not judge. And then it moves us to the Lovers. And we have the repeat of the number 6 here. So this is a very nurturing, caring time for us. We need to be nurtured. We need to be cared for. We need to be, cradled. And if people don't understand that, that's going to be really hard. So it's not that we need people to take care of us. We don't want the chaos. We just don't. It's going to be something that it almost hurts us. It's almost physically painful during this time. So do be mindful of that. With the Lovers coming in, there's duality to the Lovers. It's always two paths, two ways of seeing things, a compromise that is needed. The Lovers is also blessed by the Archangel Gabriel. There's a sense of blessing coming forward. There's a sense of understanding knowledge and finding the cost of knowledge, but also finding the cost of salvation, finding the cost of being led away from what has imprisoned us. The Lovers is what we long for in life. We long to be loved. We long for the understanding of soul, that soul-to-soul connection. The Lovers here is telling us to embrace the Taoist statement of this and that is true. It's not always going to be the same. There's a need to understand that a person can look at the same thing that we're looking at, and they will see something different. It might be very different than what we're seeing. The Lovers tell us to fall in love with life, to embrace love within our heart. And it's through creativity, it's through passion, it's through, this understanding, it's through this magic, this sense of letting the magic back into our world. Instead of everything having to be just so and just right and perfect. It's like, no, let it be something extraordinary. Let it be something that pushes the boundaries. Let it be something that has us rethinking what we knew, rethinking what we wanted, rethinking everything. Let us embrace our creativity. Let us embrace our passion. Let us push the envelope. The Queen of Wands always makes me think of the goddess Hestia. Yeah, there we go, that's her name. Hestia in Greek mythology. She's the goddess who said, I don't need Olympus. I don't need to be one of the top goddesses. I can be a lesser goddess, and I can still be happy within my life. And for that act of selflessness, because she stepped down from being a top goddess, and she said, this is who I am. She was worshipped in every single home by Greeks and by Romans. So here, there is a power to it. And it's also kind of ironic because, Diana's name, Artemis's name changed to Diana. Her role changed. Athena's name changed to, what was it? Oh, I just had it and it disappeared. It starts with M. And if you remember it, put it in the description box below. Oh, not in the description, in the comment box. And her role changed and diminished completely. But Hestia's role, it stayed the same. So here, we're embracing the power that is us. And the fact that, okay, people might think, okay, you took a step down. You didn't do what you were supposed to do. But it's like, oh no, there's a plan here. There's more here than meets the eye. It's not being afraid to roll up our sleeves, to get our hands dirty, to go after what we want, to be bold, to be brave, to let the fire shine, to let the passion shine. That's going to be part of our hearts during this time. Our hearts need to shine. What we love needs to shine forward. And it moves us then to the High Priestess. In the public arena, we're not into everybody's games, everybody's lies, everybody's placations and platitudes. We want the truth. We want stability, security. We would rather have a few really good people on our side or nobody than a whole bunch of liars and backstabbers. The High Priestess does not play. She isn't in it just to be what other people want her to be. The High Priestess in one of the early tarot decks, she was the female Pope. And whether you believe in Pope Joan or you don't believe in Pope Joan, it doesn't matter. The fact of the matter is that she went against convention and was bold and brazen and risky and went after her dream. We have all of the religions, well, not all of the religions, but we have religions throughout time symbolized within the High Priestess. We have the moon at her feet, we have the cross at her heart, the Torah in her hand. We have the phases of the moon crowning her, but we also have the horns of the bull and the moon rising, crowning her. We have the pomegranates in the background. Water is behind justice and truth. And it feels as if her very gown pools at her feet to be that water, to take that emotion forward. For us, that is so important. So when the veil is lifted, when the emotion is seen, when the passion is understood, we move forward in our armor. We were meant to live in the emotional world. We're meant for the nitty-gritty of it all. Water sign energies, that's what we're for. We're for the emotional understanding, the sense of this is the heart. If we run away from it, that's because the emotions get too real and they become too overwhelming. But when we see it, and we see it, Scorpio, we see our strength, we see our weakness, and we know that every single person has what builds them up and knocks them down. And that we are strong enough to keep on going. We become the defenders of our hearts, but during this time we defy what people say and convention to say, my heart is shining. The path is opening up. It doesn't have to be like everybody else. There is power to me. I might not be sharing everything with everyone, but I'm going through stuff. I'm clearing out lies in my own head, and I'm making it so that I can move forward towards success. And this is about the I during this time. And Scorpio, it's not selfish, it's not egotistical, it's important. Spirit is saying, and just for those who want to know, there can be really great sex during this time. Okay? So utilize that if you want to. All right. Let's see here. Please define the wounds from the past that will be coming up for Scorpio. Please define the wounds of the past that will be coming up for Scorpio. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading. So the wounds from the past that will be coming up are the Three of Swords and the Three of Wands. So the repeat of the number 3 means divinity is with you. These are the heartbreaks that we need to see, that we need to call out within ourselves to say, you've stolen enough of my life. You don't get to keep on defining me. You don't get to keep on wounding me. I have a future that's coming forward. I have a future that I get to be a part of. And there are better things on my horizons than living in pain and doubt and fear and chaos. So let's see here. Please show the pain that comes forward for Scorpio. Please show the pain that is coming forward for Scorpio. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. It's justice. It's the fact that it wasn't fair. It's the fact that we let energy in, people in that we shouldn't have, and we can be beating ourselves up over it. Justice for me is discernment. It's saying, I want this energy in my life. I don't want this energy in my life. I have these expectations. I don't have these expectations. This is what I want. So to be just isn't the letter of the law, isn't white page, black print, this is justice. It is the sense of, this is what I need. This is what is right for me. This is what builds me up. This is what moves me forward. And then being able to connect with that. The way divinity shows me this is that when you leave your house, you wouldn't leave your door wide open. You just wouldn't. Because if people came in and stole your stuff, because you left for a couple of hours and the door was wide open and they could, and you said, oh my gosh, my stuff is gone, people would be like, yeah, of course it is. You left your door open. And that's what we do with our emotional self, with our energy. We leave ourself and our energy wide open. And then when vampiric energy comes in, when hurtful energy comes in, where people with so much emotional baggage, we can't even imagine it come in. And we wonder why at the end of the day, we're so tired, we're so drained, we're so overwhelmed. It's because we don't have the boundaries. We need the boundaries for or in ourselves. Scorpio, we need the boundaries. So you might be saying, how to build the boundaries? Okay, as a profoundly empathic person, I have a very hard time with boundaries. I do. I have a very hard time with not feeling the emotions of other people, not, feeling the pain of other people. And so it helps to have moments of quiet. I find that quiet is astoundingly important. Being in nature is astoundingly important. When I get this better, I will share it most definitely. But right now, it's like, just be just to yourself. When the energy doesn't feel right, don't talk yourself into, just bucking it up. Say to yourself, okay, this isn't right for me. I can visualize, a wall around me, but I can also start to distance myself from this. I can start to think of things that make me happy, that bring a smile to my face, that fill me with light and with energy. I can start to, kind of hum this tune in my head of a piece of music that really builds me up, and make sure the music has good lyrics to it, or start singing it, because we don't want to have something that's supposed to build us up, the words actually tearing us down. That's going to be important. What is the duality that Scorpio is going to be faced with emotionally? What is the duality that Scorpio is going to be faced with emotionally? Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading. It's going to be around money and how we move forward for money. Wealth or what we value as much as money coming in. So with the Knight of Pentacles or the Prince of Pentacles, it's the way to move forward. And the duality that comes in is this is slow and steady building. And it's diversifying our funds, our investments, but it's also looking at what are we building for ourselves? Where do we want to go? What do we want from our lives? And there's a sense of needing to look at things with two different eyes, or needing to let somebody go their path and us go ours. Okay, that's going to be really, really, really important. This isn't something that's going to be quickly built. So this is something that takes time and effort and grounding. So what is Please define the Knight of Pentacles for Scorpio. Please define the Knight of Pentacles for Scorpio. May 16th to the 31st, 2021, Scorpio. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading. It's funny because the 10 of fire like popped out a little bit and I put it back in because I was like, oh, no, it's not out yet. And it came out. So that's brilliant. So the 10 of fire, the 10 of wands, is the weight that we put on ourselves. Okay, it's the burdens that we are carrying. It's the fact that I have to just make everything right, everything smooth. I have to carry all the weight for everybody else. And that's why the slow go is so annoying with the Knight of Pentacles. It's like I'm slowly and steadily building what I need. I'm slowly and steadily building what I desire. But I have to release the weight that I'm making this horse carry that isn't just my own. Okay? So it's the duality comes from being able to move forward without taking all the baggage with us. It's kind of like being told to pack light and you come out with like, it's like those old movies where you see the person come out with like 16 big, heavy trunks. And it takes 2 people to carry each one. We're releasing that. We're taking the baggage and we're saying, no, we're burning it. It doesn't need to be reread and reread or re-understood. There's no more knowledge that can be gained from it. We're also letting people carry their own burdens. Within their hearts, within their souls, within themselves. It's like, this is what you need to figure out. Figure it out. And we don't have to be mean in that and very blunt about it, but it's like, I can't keep on. I can't keep on carrying and shouldering everything. What is being lifted from Scorpio's eyes? What is being lifted from Scorpio's eyes? Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels. Hesitance to change, being swept away in things, being pushed forward, and being caught up in other people's dramas. This is what's being lifted. It's like, I'm done with the lies, I'm done with the nonsense, I'm moving forward. This is my insight, this is my ideas. I'm letting this change sweep over me, but I'm not letting myself be completely swept away. What change is coming for Scorpio? What change is coming for Scorpio? What change is coming for Scorpio? Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. The 6 of Quarters. The no longer being held by the past. The understanding a different path. The hurts and the pains being seen, being understood, but no longer being the defining factor anymore. And it's a road towards freedom. Now let's look at our spirit animal message for this time. Scorpio. May 16th to the 31st, 2021, Scorpio. Scorpio. May 16th to the 31st, 2021, Scorpio. Scorpio. Angels. All right. Clear out the clutter. Enough is enough. It's enough of holding on to things forever. It's enough of thinking there will be use for this emotionally, physically, spiritually. It's releasing the clutter. And it's letting go and it's giving to the divine. Giving to the divine. Our subconscious spirit animal message is giraffe spirit. See the bigger picture. What is it that we want on the bigger scale? Not just instant gratification. Not just the minutia of it all. Our subconscious chakra message is angels and masters. This is the soul star chakra located 6 inches above our crown. This is angels and divinity. This is guidance. This is spirit. This is a fact of us being protected. Subconsciously, we are protected. And that is powerful. It moves us to our subconscious energy to be mindful of. And that's the Princess of Pentacles. That's the person who acts like a princess, who is demanding the wealth and the prosperity, the recognition. And there's going to be very much a sense of, well, I want that too. Look at this too. Like, you get to look at me too. Excuse me. And it doesn't make us come out in the best of light. But we're going to think, I'm just doing things like everybody else is doing. And yeah, we are. But the energy around us, oh goodness, the energy around us is so much more than the energy around them. There's so much more to us that's going on here, and complexity to us, that, just being like everybody else, it doesn't work. It doesn't give us prosperity. It doesn't move us forward. The subconscious tarot message is the Ten of Cups. And they all live happily ever after. What is it that your soul is longing for? And what's keeping you from getting there? There's an old Nordic saying, and it says, better to be king of a cottage than servant in a castle. And that's what the Ten of Cups is. Where can I be king? Where can I embrace my prosperity, my bounty, my brilliance, my beauty? Where am I happy? It's not where will everybody else be happy. Where will I be happy? The subconscious tarot message then goes to the Ace of Cups, the Ace of Water. We're getting a gift just for us, Scorpio. We're taking this gift, most definitely. It's clearing away so many doubts and fears and angers and upsets, the toxicity within us. It can make us feel very sensitive. It can make us feel emotionally a bit vulnerable, because it's washing away so many things that we hold on to, that held us back for too long. And it leaves a sense of peace. It brings us then to our subconscious message for this whole entire reading, which is to charge forward, to go after our passion and our creativity and what we desire, but not to be reckless and foolish. Be smart, be wise, be the defender, be the warrior that you are embodying during this time. As you embrace the public arena, as you go after what you desire, you're not your past. You are the brilliance of your future. All right, Scorpio. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I'm sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy, as we let ourselves be guided by our divine and powerful light. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Scorpio.